Hi, my name is Maram. My
My
classmate.
name's Zach.
So we work together to discuss the investigation of differential expressed genes in patients with that were diagnosed with schizophrenia. So first of all, we'll start with explaining what is schizophrenia. So it's a chronic mental illness that affects how a person would think, feels, and behaves. So the symptoms is they would have delusions, hallucination, abnormal behavior, negative symptoms. So they would hear voices, events in their head that never happened. They tend to be socially isolated, cause harm to themselves. Um, and then the diagnosis for schizophrenia, people would usually run urine and blood tests to rule vitamin deficiency. They would do an MRI and CT scans to rule out tumors and do cognitive tests and personality tests. So treatment, there's no really cure for schizophrenia, just like most of the other disorders. But there is a few medications that patients can take, and they could also do therapy to comfort the patient. So, schizophrenia is a progressive disorder. As the disease progresses, cognitive function and behavior declines. Patients are usually diagnosed in their mid-20s, and it happens more in males than females, so they are more likely to decline faster than females with schizophrenia. So schizophrenia is also 2 to 3 times more in males compared to females, which is just what I said. So for our materials and methods, we gained access to the National Center for Biotechnology Center, the NCBI, and we got data on 2 healthy homo sapiens DNA and RNA sequence with no known illness, and also DNA data and RNA sequence on 2 homo sapiens with a diagnosis of schizophrenia. We then ran an RMTA analysis on Cyverse, which is an online formed site that aids life scientists with the ability to run analysis on large files of data. And then we did the analysis and organized it and sorted using the program R-Studio.
So our results, all 10 genes selected as all 10 genes selected as the most downregulated and upregulated genes were protein coding genes. The genes were well spread out, while 3 of them were on chromosome 6 and 2 of them chromosome 5, and 1, 2, 10, 16, and 20 chromosomes each had a gene respectively. Downregulated genes were more of an outlier than upregulated genes, as you can see in the volcano plot. So the downregulated genes that were the most significant were these 5 right here. There wasn't much information on these genes, so we did the best we could. As you can see, the first one was a big outlier because it had um, a log of negative 22. These were the upregulated genes. Also, the first one was a big outlier compared to the rest of them. These 3 genes, they are commonly found in the respiratory system / lungs of a human. Differences in these genes support claims by the British Journal of Psychiatry that schizophrenia is associated with impaired lung function. Other genes that were found to be upregulated are typically associated with cancers such as pancreatic and ovary. These results can be used to predict one's chances of developing schizophrenia in order to begin preparation for the disease. These are our resources, and that is all.
Does anyone